So this might sound a little bit crazy coming from someone who crochets for a living, but I don't take custom orders. And today I'm going to tell you why. Hello, if you are new to my channel, my name is Sarah. We embrace our crochet ADHD here on this channel. We have fun doing it. Today, we're going to talk about custom orders, whether they're worth it, should you do it, the pros and cons, and why I personally choose not to do it. I'm going to talk a little bit about my experiences and some tips and tricks if you decide to do it. Okay, so I've been crocheting, like I said, for about 20 years. I started my crochet business about probably about 13, 14 years ago. I actually started off by making this little collar for my friend, Mike G. He's a pedicab driver down in Chico, California. And I made a little collar for his dog and he posted it on his Facebook. And my Facebook page blew up because of that. So I still want to say thank you to Mike for giving me that start that I really needed. After that, I made an order for this hat. This lady had messaged me on Facebook and she requested this hat right here. I will move over. She requested a red and gold hat with a flower and a football button right in the middle, exactly what this looks like. I am guessing that maybe I should have confirmed exactly what color because I'm a Niner fan, as you can see. And when she said red and gold, my mind went to Niners. Wasn't thinking about the fact that our local school down there colors were red and red and gold, pretty much red and yellow, kind of. And so she was looking more for that color, and it was supposed to be more of like a maroon red. And so when I had made this for her, she then all of a sudden decided that she didn't want it because it wasn't the right color. So then I was stuck with this hat. And that kind of sucked, although it did eventually sell. Eventually, I actually made this deal with this photographer. I will block out the name of her company, but it was another good way for me to get my start because I had made her some custom pieces and she would use them in her photography and then give them back to me. But then I got free use of her pictures for advertising for my crochet business. And I will show you some pictures here of some of the stuff I made for her. This isn't necessarily crochet, but I did make this little tutu. That was back when tutus were like all the rage, probably about 13 years ago. And it's just so adorable. I did use glitter tool for this, and they complained that the glitter got everywhere. And that's just, me. I love shiny things. Oops. Okay, this little ladybug thing was so cute. In hindsight, she probably should have used like a white sheet because you can't really see the antennas on it. But I made this. It was one of the first things I'd ever made that wasn't a hat. And so I was actually really happy about this and it went perfectly well. I had made this like elf hat and it was super long and I actually made two of them. There's another picture I can't find. She had taken a picture of twins and it was so cute. Each one had this little hat on and it was adorable. And I had a lot of fun making that. It was absolutely so cute. I made this bow and that was my first time ever making a bow and the baby's just so cute. Okay, I mean, I loved for what it was, for the experience of it. I did love being able to access these pictures and being able to use them on my Facebook because it was great advertisement. It really was. And it got my name out there. Here's when things went sour with that photographer. She had asked me to make like a pea pod. And so I had made this big pea pod all from my head. There wasn't a pattern or anything I could find, but it was supposed to be for twins. So she gave me estimates of like measurements and stuff like that. So I had made this giant pea pod with three little peas. And I guess the concept was supposed to be a baby on either side and the peas in the middle, like two peas in a pod. And so I had made it and she told me it wasn't big enough. Now I had made it based on the measurements that she gave me. And then she came back and said, well, I was wrong. It's supposed to be bigger. It's not going to fit. And so I didn't want to make the whole thing over again. And so I actually listed it on Facebook at like a discount price because now it's this custom thing. It's like a photo prop that was custom for this one person. Who the heck am I going to give this to? So I listed it on Facebook for like a $10 discount. It was like 25 bucks or something like that. I probably should have charged more. Within 5 minutes, I got messaged and this lady wanted to buy it. When she came over, I just had this weird feeling and I looked out in the car and I saw the photographer out in the vehicle. When I had looked at this lady who came to get the pea pod, I already sold it to her by the time I realized that the photographer was in the car. But when I had looked at the lady's profile, it came back that that was the photographer's sister. So the photographer had told me it was not going to work, that she wasn't going to use it, and then sent her sister over to buy it from me so that she could still use it. So our professional relationship was over at that point. I no longer crocheted anything for her to use in her pictures, and we kind of just went our separate ways. I am not going to be sharing what photography business it is, but I do just want to say that, like, when you do things like this, definitely maybe get the right colors and dimensions and everything. Maybe even charge like a rental fee or something, because I didn't do that. I just did like a straight across thing to be able to use her photos, which was great advertisement for me. But yeah, that kind of made me sour as far as making custom things for people, and I felt like I was taken advantage of. I felt like maybe I was too trusting, and it really hurt my feelings when that happened. Really made me mad. So for years, I never took a custom order. And honestly, I'm going to show you some screenshots from like TikTok and Facebook, and 98% of them are scams. So I don't even answer my messages anymore, because I'm not going to sit here and weed through all these messages when 98% of them are scams. So it's just not worth my time. So for instance, these ones are ones that were on Facebook, and every single one of these profiles right here are fake. That's why they don't have a profile picture, and when you go to click on them, they're gone. Like it's not a real profile. These were two messages that I had gotten like a few months apart, and are the exact same message from two different users. That is not the same user. When it says user like that, it's because the profile has since been deleted because it was fake. So this is just one example of the scam messages that you get. This is another one. It says, "Hello, I'm interested in purchase some of your crochets." Now, when I get a message like this that doesn't speak in proper English, that's a giant red flag. I mean, obviously, we don't all speak in proper English, but when it's like this, that's a giant red flag. This is not real. Okay, I would also get messages like this, just very vague. Is this still available? Now, if I had like a listing on Facebook where I had like the listing, and that is one of the pre-made messages that they give you, this is not the case. This is TikTok. I don't have listings on TikTok. I don't have like a TikTok shop or anything like that. So when they ask, is this still available? What are they talking about? This isn't even worth replying to in my book. And up there at the top, it says that we noticed potential unusual activity on this account. Please review carefully. This is a scam. Okay, this is another one on TikTok. It says, "Hi, how are you doing? I'd love if you could make me something similar to your handcrafts." So I'm not exactly sure what they're asking for here, and it wasn't really worth my time to get into it, because chances are this is a scam account. This is another one that gives you that warning up at top. It says, "Is this item still available for sale? I checked the photos you posted in the listing and it looks really nice." Again, there are no listings on TikTok. They're just videos showing cool stuff that I've made, and advertising my YouTube channel for the most part. So I didn't even give this time of day. Plus, it has that warning up there. So, like I said, years had gone by, and by the time I was like, okay, maybe I should try a custom order, whatever, I found this was actually last December. I was at that market I did all December down at the barn, and it was an awesome experience. I had gotten a message from somebody, and this was not a scam. It says, "Hey, girl, we found you at some Christmas barn for photos, and you had a booth. You made the emotional support monsters. Can you do one like a bat, black and red?" So this is obviously not a scam. She's talking about specifically where she met me, specific items that I've made, and asking if I could make it. So I thought about it for a minute, and I'm just like, okay. I'm like, "Hey, girl, actually, I will be back there this weekend. I'm currently working on a catnip toys, but I'll see what I can do." Because at that point, I wasn't sure if I was going to be back the next week, but I told her, I'll see what I could do. And she says, "Okay, let me know. My bro is really interested." So at that point, I just make a monster. And I didn't think about the fact that you should get half down for your custom orders just for this reason. But I made it, sent her a picture, and I said, "Hey, I made this little guy." And she goes, "Oh my God, he's so cute. How much?" And I told her, I said, "He's 15. I'm at the barn thing again in Crestwell. If you want to come by, I can set him aside for you." She goes, "Oh, I can't get him right now." And so I just sent her a thumbs up because I was controlling myself. And she says, "I am so broke." Okay. So I just said LOL because I didn't trust myself to say anything else. And this is a clear example why I still, to this day, do not take custom orders. I really feel like nothing's changed. So, I mean, really, in the long run, am I missing out on sales? Probably. But I feel like I'm also saving time by not getting scammed, by having to weed through all the hundreds of scam messages I get on all the different platforms. It's just not worth my time. Plus, I'm an artist. We are all artists. I'm a fiber artist, and I love the creative freedom that I get with my art. And you don't get that with custom orders. I really do love having that artistic freedom. When you're taking custom orders, I mean, like, I don't like telling me what to do. And then what if you make it and they don't like it? So that's another thing. Like if you're going to take orders, definitely I would be super clear on the colors, even give examples. I would absolutely definitely double check on measurements, everything like that, and 100% take half down, non-refundable, because you are buying the yarn for this. And so if you go out and spend $50 on yarn for this project and then they decide that they don't want it, if you're halfway done with the project, you have half a project done. If you're done with the project, you have a project done, or you end up having yarn that you spent money on that you didn't necessarily need. So definitely be taking half down. That's probably my biggest piece of advice. I don't know if this is like a common thing, but I do know that a lot of crocheters make some pretty good money making custom orders. So I'm not sure. Like, is that something that you do? What is something that you look for when you're taking custom orders? Do you have any personal rules that you follow when you're doing custom orders? And so, yeah, I just kind of want to know how this works for you. If you sell crochet, do you take custom orders? What are the rules that you have for yourself when doing it? And what would make you stop? Now, that's not to say I won't make one of my friends something if they ask me for it, because I think we all have and we all do. But as far as like actual custom orders go, it's not for me. I don't think I'll ever change on that either. I don't know, time will tell. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and kind of got a little more insight onto how I run my business and what my experience has taught me as a crochet and businesswoman. So I would love to hear you guys' insights on custom orders, maybe some experiences. And yeah, let's talk in the comments. I'll see you guys next week. Remember, above all else, Jesus loves you. Bye.